Hello again. Today I'm in West Derby Cemetery in Liverpool, and I'm next to a headstone that this cemetery was opened in 1884, and this is actually older than the cemetery. I don't know if the headstone itself is older than the cemetery, but because it might be a new. They might have made a new one when they moved it, but these bodies, underneath us, were moved from a churchyard in the centre of Liverpool out here. I think there was a new road going through, which is now the Strand. Moved here before the Liver building was built. This grave was moved from the churchyard that is now opposite the Liver building, St Nicholas's Church, and unfortunately, this is shows an unfortunate chapter of Liverpool's history, because these people that are buried here were slave owners and slave traders. The Heywood family, as it is, this fellow at the top, Arthur Heywood, who died in 1795, so it's nearly 100 years later these bodies were moved here, and in what would be now a new cemetery. There would be hardly anybody buried here when they moved it here in July 84, as it says on the bottom there. It says the remains were moved here. Now, Arthur Heywood was part of a family that brought a lot of slaves to and from America, and were based here in Liverpool, and they used those proceeds from the slave trade to set up a bank. It was originally called Heywood's Bank, and they were based in Liverpool and Manchester. Arthur ran the one here, and his brother Benjamin ran around Manchester, and they eventually became separate banks. And then it was carried on by his son, also called Arthur, who is also buried here, and you'll see him down the bottom here. The other Arthur Heywood there, which you should see a picture of him coming up now as well. And they were, as I said, although obviously their banks have been sold on now, and eventually became part of Barclays. But the building is still there. It is now their original bank is now the site of the Alchemist pub in the centre of Liverpool, which is on the corner. If you don't know it, it's on the corner of Brunswick Street and Fenwick Street, in the centre of Liverpool. And so it's a bit of, although this is the oldest, as I said, probably the oldest oldest family to be buried here. It is technically, in some senses, they should have left them where they were and rode over them, because it's or maybe it should be here as a reminder of Liverpool's dark history. Anyway, speak to you all soon. Ta-ra.